Ahoy, mateys! I'm Captain Bumbles, and today I'm playing some more Conan Exiles, and excuse me. Yeah. Sorry about that, but anyway, they updated the game where they added some new stuff like hyena armor and maces and a couple weapons and a dying system, which part of you is like, oh, are you gonna go over the new stuff? No, because it requires me to see the new hyena armor is I'm supposing you get it from hyenas, which make it. But to learn it, I need to go all the way past. See, we got the I live down here where the little clicker's at, by Oasis Castle, and I live up above. I call this cannibal right here where I live is between the Cannibal Islands / the Black Hand Pirates. And well, we need to go farther into the Exile lands and look for the faction called the Dogs. Well, technically, to make the hyena armor, we need some thralls. So armorer thralls, but not any low-level thralls. We're going to need some, pretty decent thralls. But I thought, since I started playing this game, I had a hard time trying to survive on my own. So part of me is like, as I started figuring things out, I started going, okay, now I know. And this video is going to focus on a basic survival guide. Like a basic survival guide on how to survive in the Exile lands with Captain Bumbles. That would be me. So the first thing I'm going to let you know is E is your best friend. Because when you get out of the Exile lands, everybody and their brother is going to end up in the Oasis area. This part where I'm at. Here's you'll probably end up where my mouse clicker is at. And let's see, my mouse clicker is showing. Yep. Had to double check to see if OBS Studio is registering it. I can turn it on and off and different things. But as long as you see where my mouse clicker is, it's at the bottom of the screen. Because I live island. I call this Island 3, and then you got Big Island that kind of looks like a club, like a spike club, and you got another island. Everybody and their brothers is going to be here, and this is really newbie land where you'll end up meeting other exiles. And I got this iron mace, which technically you're going to have, the first thing you're going to make is, a stone pickaxe, and there's a part of you like, oh, how do we make one? Because you can't go up to a tree and punch it, because it's not Ark Survival or Minecraft. You can't go up and punch things. You can punch this rock, but it's not going to give you anything. And you can go up against this tree and you can punch it too, but it's not, it's not going to give you anything. It's just a waste of your time. What you do is you see this branch, you press E. You see these small little rocks, you press E. E is your best friend. Pretty much you press E on everything. And I'm going to teach you how to make gruel too, because you go up these bushes, you press E. Remember, E is your best friend. Now, I'm going to teach you some monsters to stay away from, and what monsters are okay. Like, see, we'll see Mr. Snapperilla. Mr. Snapperilla, he's not so bad. As long as you don't get closer than like 7 feet to him, then he won't attack you. Unlike there should be the cousins of the Hunchback of Notre Dame over here, and they'll attack you on sight. It doesn't matter how close you get to them. You can be like 30 feet away, and they will start. The music will change the peaceful, cool Exile Land music to the da 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 da, stuff like that. And then they'll be like, hey, you walked into the wrong neighborhood and start attacking you. We'll go actually pay them a visit, because they upped to the game, and the game had a part where you swing, kill stuff. Yeah. Same thing with Exiles too. You get too close, you get too close, and well, you have to dispatch some of them. And two, you could probably go, oh, I want to be off of being a cannibal. Can I start cannibalism? No, I don't recommend it. I do recommend take off the stuff. You can harvest their corpse. You do get hide though, which is actually not bad. I know it's a sick, twisted way to get hide. Be honest. You see this human flesh. You can't cook it. You can't cook it, but you can eat the bugs. And you're going to need the seeds and the plant fiber you get from the bushes. And hello, my dear. And you're going to basically kill most of the exiles you can see. You know, some of them have stuff. Some of them have a chest. You can't use their campfire. And it's a nice place to, you know, because to be honest, to really get like, because you can cook human flesh, but you require a altar of yog, and you need the craft. You need a second level of yog, and we'll have he's okay. Who's attacking me? Oh, Mr. Alligator. I recommend you stay away from the alligators because the alligators will do a nice charge attack, which you didn't see him do because I have armor on. I got medium armor on, so he's not going to fuck me up. But everybody's going to either start on butt naked or, you know, you're either going to be butt naked or have cloth armor. And to make cloth armor, you're going to, you know, go up to all the bushes you can and press E. And do not walk outside the boundaries of the exile lands. You'll see like these fancy totem statues on the border of the map. As long as you don't pass those totem statues, you should be okay. Now, what you want to do is go to these bushes, and you'll get plant fibers and seed. Then, trust me, as you go along and see the big snapperillas, you get close to them, but the small ones, they don't give a shit. But then again, they're the perfect creatures to go up, smack them. They take one hit to die, or a couple hits to die. You know, nothing much. You can go steal their eggs. You know, we'll just put them out of their misery. They all look cute, but you can't tame them. Not yet, though. Then we got Argos, the Wanderer dude. Your hair change, Argos. So you want to get that. Then after a while, you'll eventually level up because you'll find you'll find these zombie hunchback dudes, and there's another alligator. Okay, because I really highly recommend you stay away from the alligators because the alligators have a move where they do a frontal charge. Because when they get close, they'll do a frontal charge on you, and then they'll knock you back. And trust me, if you press I, you'll notice you'll have armor and pose. The more pose you have, the less chance you're being knocked back. So that's a good thing. And two, I highly recommend you don't go farther north because you're going to run into hyenas, and hyenas are assholes. Assholes. They are assholes. Then eventually you're going to find enough stuff like the hunchback snapperillas. I recommend you kind of stay away from the snapperillas. I know like they're the turtle monsters, remember? And I know they have a technical name, but I thought snapperilla was really creative. Because pretty much it looks like you combine a gorilla and a snapping turtle together, but it favors more of the on the turtle's appearance. Then I recommend you unlock the fire because you're gonna unlock because when you level up you'll get yourself I'll show you in a minute when I get out of the water. And you're gonna go to level up and you'll put attribute points and you'll learn recipes. And the first thing you're gonna learn, I recommend you learn, is the experienced survivalist, because you unlock the campfire recipe and sealed water skin, which sealed water skins are cool. You make them through tannery, but you can actually make them from scratch from hide and twine. Now I already have a pre-campfire set up in my base, so we're going to show it up. because you're going to place yourself a campfire. Then you're going to, I recommend you get yourself, a apprentice stonemason as your next feat to unlock. It all depends on what your situation in single player. I recommend you go campfire first. Then, let's see, I recommend you go campfire first. Campfire first. Then you can go stonemason. But if you're a multiplayer, I probably recommend you go, campfire first. Experienced survivalist is technically what it's called. Then go to warrior on the next level, which allows you to make swords and stone clubs. Then go to your stonemason, because it'll get to a point where right here, this place where I built at, and this island is where no monsters spawn near you. A couple of rabbits, but that's minor things. But anyway, because you'll get to a point where you're going to craft yourself a campfire. I'm going to get me a sip from a well, and we're going to go inside, because I already got a campfire set up. So you probably won't be as nice and luxury like me to have a fortress already pre-made, but what you're going to do is with your seeds, with your plant fiber and seeds, and click on, it's going to say you're going to make some gruel. Gruel is technically used for the Wheel of Pain, for this, and increases the performance and stuff. Or if you say you got in a nasty fight with an alligator, and you harvest his dead body, you're eventually going to get to a point where the gruel is not going to do much. It doesn't recover. You can see my hunger here, and we can press use, and it recovers 1 point, but it doesn't fill up your hunger much, but it's the easiest thing to obtain, so it's not bad. And 2, once you get the Wheel of Pain at level 10, you could, like my first video, you can start putting fuel for, this, because it'll get to a point where you're either going to decide you're going to either, hunt the small baby snapperillas and harvest your meat, because, I recommend you either get your pickaxe, or you'll eventually learn how to make an axe. Your pickaxe your stone pick is pretty much for everything. And do note that if you break it, you can repair it. So all you need is branches and stone to make it, and all you need is stone to fix it. So you should be good, and you should be pretty good. Now, that's the basic, because you're going to get to a point where you want to go off, harvest stone, wood, find more food, make more gruel, make yourself some steak if you can. Try to stay away from the because if it gets to a point, if you think you're going to die from something that's beating you to death, run, because nothing's fast enough in this game to chase you down besides the hyena. Because the more you go up right here, because the way I'm looking at I got this this bridge that goes out to the water here, which it makes me easier to across, because when you swim through water, your energy slowly slows down. So that's the only bummer part into it's easier to go back in here. I recommend you make yourself a bunker. Doesn't matter, because this is actually my first original building. Because I recommend you find a nice space and you start making a whole bunch of sandstone foundations, and you make yourself a bunker. Because multiplayer or single player wise, you want to make yourself a nice fortified location. This is just a Wheel of Pain keeping in, but we can just crouch under it and get a nice little place where windows and stuff. It's simple wooden doors and simple sandstone. And note that other new players, just like you with stone picks, can't break down sandstone, because right now this building right here and that building right there is sandstone, which anybody with iron like me, the civilized man, can actually go up to your your buildings and go knock, 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 and I'm in. They're iron, but once you get through stone, that stone, once you get to the stone brick, it's about like level 20 to 30 or so. You unlock stone brick where even a steel pickaxe can't break that down. Then the next form is Master Stonemason, but that's like at level 50. But that's the basics of survival. I'm not going to tell you how to play your game or how you want. I'm just going to tell you that how to make grill, how to cook fire, what things you can pick up. Because remember, E is your best friend. E will let you pick up things that you thought you can pick up. Because at level 10, the same level that you use to unlock the thrall system, unlocked the fireball cauldron, which is actually a pretty nice thing. Because I recommend you either aim straight for that, but don't immediately aim straight for that. Aim for the furnace and the blacksmithing set, because you'll need the furnace first, which is just a buttload of rock. Then to make the fireball cauldron, you're going to need some iron reinforcement, which is used from fire and iron, and that was from the last video where you go out north and find iron, which is the fun part. Is where you get to go in hyena infested lands and get your dick bit off by a hyena, because hyenas are annoying because they apply a nice stack of, hey, you're crippled, have fun, asshole. Because hyenas are going to be one of those things where, say like that alligator, if it's fucking you up, you can just run away and it'll be like, no, come back. Damn, I can't outrun you. You can outrun it. But the hyena, man, once it bites you, you're going to have a hard time getting away, because each time it bites you, it adds another stack of crippled, and it goes away after a couple seconds. But beyond, if it's still behind you biting your butt, you're better off pulling out whatever you have available, punch it, and just murder it. And the thing is, hyenas are one of those things too, like the mutated hunchbacks of Notre Dame. It doesn't matter if you're like 10 feet away. You could be like 50 feet away and they will hone in on your location and they will charge you. So, because if we go up here, we'll see some more snapperillas and some emus. Because remember, everything in this game wants you dead. There's only two things in this game that will not kill you. Deer. They're technically called antelope, and the fancy technical names, but they're deer. And rabbits. Those are only two things that don't want to kill you. And I get an archer lady, and she's probably killed off most of them. There's an antelope over here. It won't want to rave for you. The rabbits will run away from you on sight once you get like 7 feet close in. The antelope, they'll stand right next to you until the moment you smack them. They'll run away. Which I recommend, you either, after you build your stonemason, you either get, craft yourself a bow and learn how to make some arrows, because if you see far away, we can see this emu, or the ostrich, however you want to call it. Because the emu is like the snapperilla. It will attack you like once you get like 6 feet close to it. It'll start pecking you to death. It's a bitch. And if we can't spot a hyena, because a hyena are more closer up on that hill towards alligator cave, I call it, where you find your brimstone. And you see that red plant right here with that, those are aloe leaves. Those are good, but until you have a fireball cauldron, those are pretty much useless. Because with the fireball cauldron, those aloe leaves, right here in my pocket, you put in the fireball cauldron and you pretty much make yourself in your little health potions. So, besides that, that's the basic of everything. I'm going to go out into the desert and get me a dog person. The dog's faction person armor, and I see if I can't learn how to make that new hyena armor. Because all I know is you need to find some good armorers, because usually That'd probably be another video for another day, where each time when you bash them, you won't know what person they are, what thrall they are, until you bash them over their head and they're knocked out, and they'll tell them. It's usually, it'll say like the race, the number of the, it'll say race, a number, then their profession, then a number behind the profession. It's usually the number behind the profession that usually determines how good they are. One's low, one's the lowest, while four is the greatest. You'll always know what a number 4 is, because a number 4 thrall will have their own unique name. They'll say like Frigga False Hope. She's a fighter I have in one of my second Wheel of Pain, and I cheated to get her, but I'm going to find out where she actually is, because you can find everybody in the Wasteland, because there's certain crafting ones that give you, special crafting stations. But it'll get to a point where, like I said again, you want E is your best friend. You want to get your sticks, you want to get rocks, and once you get enough, it won't take much to make you. It'll take 5 branches and 5 stone to make yourself a pickaxe. Use it on the stone, on trees. You won't get a stone hatchet until you learn the craftsman, which is at level 2. So you'll end up with advanced craft. You'll end up learning this one first. Then I recommend experienced survival. And after that, either depending on how you play, either single player, I recommend you go apprentice stonemason, because if you find a nice spot where nothing's going to bother you. But if you're playing multiplayer, I recommend you just go straight warrior. Get yourself a stone sword or a stone club, and you'll have the ability to defend yourself from anybody trying to mug you for your stuff. But anyway, this video is slowly sailing to a close. If you like this video, feel free to let me know. Feel free to sail right into that subscribe button. It won't sink your boat, I swear. But anyway, fire the cannons!